Hello friends, welcome back to my exports and imports course. In this course, I am teaching you regarding how to do exports and imports business. So a lot of people are joining my course from all over the world. If you haven't joined my course till now, you can join it. There is a link below this video. You can join from there. And now this course I am teaching is regarding exports and imports, and it is in-depth strategies, not like it's not like a general course. I am teaching in-depth strategies. Why? Because we are into metal industries, we are doing business in oil industry and other industries, chemicals and other industries. So you can also learn a lot of things if you follow our courses. So here I am teaching in-depth strategies. So if you learn step by step all this content, then you will be eligible to do business all over the world, not only in your country but also you can do in different countries. And also what I'm saying here is you can do after going through our courses, you can do business like 500 tons, 1000 tons, metric tons of products. You can export 1000 tons, 2000 tons, 10,000 tons on, and moreover, like you can also go with like 100,000 tons and more. You can do business if you are going to learn this type of course. And if you are doing business in like say 500 metric tons, 1000, 2000, 100,000 metric tons. So just if you are making $1 out of, if you are selling and if you are exporting 100,000 tons of products from a different country to a different country also, then you are also going to make a lot of money. And if you are making even $1 in profits, then your profits will be in millions. So if you learn this course, if you understand what I am going to say, and if you follow these all steps, definitely within 2-3 years you are going to make big fortune for yourself. So understand this course well, join this course, learn step by step and implement it and see the results. After 2 years you will see the results. And here what I am teaching is regarding in-depth strategies, how to relate with the buyers and how to connect with the buyers, how to discuss the payment terms and conditions and all those things, and a lot of things I am discussing. And these all terms I am discussing as based upon the business psychology, not just like a business. This is not like a business course, but it is a business psychology course. So you have to understand that. And when you follow this course, you will understand, you will make fortune out of it. So join the course now. Click the link below this video and join from there. And if you want live webinar, you can also contact me for that. If you want to join my course, you can join directly or you can take my live webinar. Now coming to this part of video, here a lot of people will ask a question related to this point. Selection of right product to export. This is an important topic in exports and imports. So listen this properly and understand what I am going to say now. Choosing a product is a difficult task for a lot of people. A lot of people are unable to understand what kind of product they have to choose to start exporting that product to other country. There are numerous products. There are spices products. There are commodity, different kinds of commodities, and in commodities you can say some there are hundreds and hundreds of products. And also you can see in spices there are a lot of products, and also in metals, in chemicals, there are lot of products are there. So there will be a lot of confusion which type of products to has to be chosen to start the business. So here I will discuss all those things step by step. Now coming to the products, state specific exports. Now you have to see, first of all you have to see that in which state you are living. Start from there. Why I am saying this? Because if you jump on to other states, there will be some traveling expenses and other expenses. To avoid those all things, first of all you see in your state what are the products that are in the production, that are in the manufacturing plants. You check those products first. And with that, if you are a merchant exporter, if you are a trading company, then first see which manufacturing company is providing what type of products. It may be commodities or it may be metals or whatever. That is the first thing. So you do a detailed survey in your area, in your state. That is the first thing. Next, coming to historical export trends, you have to see that your state in the previous years, how it was doing well in which product to other countries, how the exports are going on since long time, what is the time gap, what do I mean by the time gap here. Now you see sometimes what happens, a state is shipping some product to a country for 6 months, suppose you see for 6 months, and after 6 months that state is not exporting that particular product to other countries, and after 1 year or after 2 years it is again starting the same production and shipping to the other country. This data you have to get first. Why? Because when you start the shipping process, when you start selling products to other countries, there should be consistency. If there is consistency and if you get product in large quantities, that will help you to do business for a longer period of time, and your buyers will also trust you. A lot of times we hear that we are not getting buyers and we are getting trust issues. What is happening is because you are state people, you have just started the business, you don't know about the previous history of your state. Now what happens is, before, if a buyer had bad experience from your state, if an importer has ordered some products and in the past some exporter hasn't delivered those products to those countries, so there will be a bad experience, not to you but to the entire state. So you have to understand this subject first. If a buyer is approaching you, if an importer is approaching you, they will see from which state from which state exporter they are talking to, and based upon that they will have some history regarding that state. So this historical data you should have, in which product your state is doing well since long time, since like say 2 years, 3 years, 5 years or past 10 years, how your state is doing well, that you have to understand. This is an important point. Now you see here what I am teaching you is how to get actual business. It's not, I said earlier also, this is not a general training. I am explaining you how you can get a customer, a buyer or an importer from different country, and how you have to position yourself in a proper way so that you can get good orders from different countries. So based upon this state specific exports and historical export trends, you have to understand all those things and be prepared to start exporting. Now coming to the research products, you can see, if you are seeing from a lot of time, you can see that textile industry, gems and jewelry, spices and tea, these are the main sectors. Lot of people doing business from India to other countries. I mean to say is a lot of people are exporting these products. Textile industry is the biggest industry of India, and a lot of people are doing textile products, and this is also a good sector to focus on. If you're starting in textile industry, that is a huge industry. You can do a lot of business in this textile industry. Gems and jewelry, Indian gems and jewelry, precious stones are also is a good industry. You can get products from gems and jewelry products, and you can ship it to other countries. And in this also you can also look into the handicrafts and also the artificial jewelry. These products are also being exported to USA and other countries in huge quantities, and what I can say here is the profits are also good, like 20% to 30% to 40%. In also in handicrafts, if you can go, some people are making like 50 to 60 to 100% also. It depends on the product, and it depends on the importer and the how the buyer and the exporter or the exporters and importers are communicating. You have to understand that. I am not telling that each and everyone is going to make 100%, but what I can see here is in exports of these handicrafts, you can get some good profits, and also in the designing sector, like say interior designs, those sectors you will get good profits. And why you are going to get good profits? Because those products are bought by some rich class individuals over there, so they will pay good money. So the distributors over there also get good money, so they will also pay you good money. So the importers are getting, if importers are getting good money in their country, then they are obviously going to pay exporters also good money. So in this sector you can go and focus on that, and you can make a lot of money. Next, spices, tea. Spices is a good sector if you are having large quantities. If you are starting with, like, say, lot of people contact me regarding this spices and these commodities. What I can see here is they say to me that so we are having, like, say 500 kgs, 1 ton, 2 tons of spices. Shall we start the business? Okay, you can start the business if you are having 500 kgs, 1 ton, 2 tons. That's okay. But what I can see here is it will not last for a long time. That business will not last for a long time. Why? Because there will be some gaps in between. If the exporter is unable to supply large quantities, the buyers will shift to some other sellers. Now you see, when getting a buyer is a difficult task. It is very high difficult task to get a good buyer. When you have done a lot of work to get that buyer, and when you are supplying, like, say, one ton, and in the next one there is no availability of product, now what happens? The importer is not going to wait for you. The importer is going to shift to somewhere else, some other seller. And if that seller, that exporter, is giving good quantity of product to that importer, then you have lost the buyer. So to avoid these circumstances, these all things, you have to understand that you should have some good quantity of product. Like, say, minimum start with like 1 ton to 5 tons. 5 tons is a good quantity in spices. 10 tons, 20 tons, or 1 container, 2 containers. That's a good quantity to start. If you want to start like only little, like 500 kgs or 1 ton, it's highly difficult to do consistent business in exports and imports in spices. So you have to understand. Tea is also a good product. You can get tea from Assam and other areas. You can get tea and you can supply to other countries. Now the best point of tea is you can get in large quantities, because our India is a largest producer of tea also. So we can do good business in tea. So this is also a good subject. You have to understand. Next, coming to the product analysis and supply chain, raw material availability and everything. Now you see one more thing happens. What I have seen in many cases is a lot of people start exporting some products. I mean to say, like assembled products, or the products that are being manufactured in any manufacturing plant. A lot of people try to export those products. So what happens is, sometimes what happens, they will get the buyer and they will start exporting. But after some time, there will be a gap. They are unable to supply. Why? Because there are many problems, like supply chain problems and also raw material problems. Before getting the order of that buyer's order or the importer's order, you just first think like this, or understand the overall everything. Is there availability of the raw materials, and how is the supply chain going to work out? Now you see, in some areas there are floods going on, there is thunderstorms, and a lot of things are going on. Due to that, the entire supply chain is stuck, and in some areas there is shortage of raw materials. If you get the order, and when you are going to supply to other country, you have found the buyer in a hard way. Now you have got the order, now you are going to start the supply. Now after some time, demand is increasing, but you are not getting the raw material for the production. So this will happen. A lot of experienced exporters know all these things, but a lot of basic starters, beginners, these people don't understand these things. So first of all, focus on the buyer. That's well and good, but focus on the raw materials. How much raw materials you are going to get, how many I mean to say, how much quantity of raw materials you are going to get, for what time, I mean to, how long you are going to get the raw materials, and how long you are going to deliver properly, like say 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years. How long you are going to do this business, or how long you are going to sustain this product for a longer period of time to fulfill the demand of this global market. So you have to understand that, and with that pick up the best product and do the business. Next, coming to market research, as I said, you have to see the local needs and preferences of those countries. Now what here I want to explain you is, now you see some products are there. If suppose you are saying taking some spices, if you are selling or exporting spices to other countries, here we eat spices we use chili in spices in large quantities, but in other countries they don't use chili. So what happens is, if you start this type of product, and if suppose if you have exported some quantity of product to other country, the resale of that product will not go very fast. Why? Because the product, the ingredients that you have used is high or more chili into that product. So those guys are not eating that product. So what happens? The sale over there is very low. With that, the distributors over there will not get the orders, and if distributors are not getting the orders, the importers over there will not get the orders. So they will not place orders to you. So these kind of things will happen. Preferences, the local needs, you have to understand all those things, and with that you have to build your product. You have to see which country is using which type of products, what are their needs, what are the tastes of that product, how they are assembling their products, how they are branding their products. You have to see all those things, and with that, if you do the business, then definitely you will make money out of it. Otherwise you are stuck. Now, demand and supply analysis, risk, opportunities and risks. Here you can see a lot of things are there. Opportunities, there are a lot of opportunities in the market. Now, depending on the opportunity also, you have to see the risk related to your product. How long your product is going to stay over there. What is the shelf life of your product? Shelf life. How long that product is going to sustain for a longer period of time. You have to understand that. Based upon that, you have to manufacture the product. Otherwise, you are again stuck. You will not do great business. You will get losses. So you have to understand that. And also you have to see the environmental factors. Like in some countries, there is a high temperature, 50 degrees and 55 degrees like that. In some countries, the temperature is like in minus degrees. So yeah, based upon all those things, you have to gather all the information and start production of your products. If you do that, you will be in the alignment with the export and import chain, and you will do good business. Now coming to a reliable supply chain, I have said you have to understand few things. Reducing the risk of supply chain disruptions. This is also important point. And raw materials, as I said earlier, reducing the risk of supply chain. When you are going to supply to a different country, you have to look into the logistic system. Is logistic system all supply chain is going well over there? Are there any political or are there any wars going on there? You have to go through all these things before deciding your product. Now coming to production cost, now you have to include all those things like production cost and raw materials. And if suppose your production cost is becoming high as compared to the other countries' cost, then you are not going to do good business. So this you have to understand, and you have to do. You have to calculate all those things: labor, production cost, and raw materials. And with that, you have to start the business. Next, easy of scaling production. As I said earlier, if you are gathering all the information regarding your state production capacity, your raw material capacity, and all those capacities, Now you'll understand that how long you are going to supply that product, that demanding product to the world. How long you are able to make available that product. This is important. If you do this, now it will become easy for you to scale your business to the next level. If you are supplying for 6 months, and if you have the capacity to supply another 6 months, another 6 months, another 1 year, then you can easily scale your business to the next level in different countries, or else you are stuck. So with this knowledge and information, you have to gather all the information regarding all these things. So what I am overall saying here is, see the production and see the quantities first. Don't go like, say, I am having like 100 kgs I want to export, 500 kgs I want to export. No, you can't do business like that, because there will be supply chain complete interruption in the business. So first of all, look and choose the product which you can supply in more quantities, like minimum 5 tons, 10 tons, 20 tons, 50 tons, and for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. If you pick up a right kind of product like that, and if you can supply to the demanding market, and if you're struggling to get buyer also for like say 1 month, 2 months, 3 months or 6 months, it doesn't matter, because when you get the buyer and when it is confirmed, your order will be for like say 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years, or more than 5 years also. So a single buyer can make you millionaire if you do all this properly. Otherwise you are stuck. So understand this properly. There are many slides I have to discuss here. These I am covering in if you understand all this subject, you will get easy benefit out of it. I am going to discuss in a webinar all these things step by step. And because as I said earlier, exports and import business is not a easy task. If you understand it in proper way, and how to differentiate with the unique selling propositions and all those things, then you can make a lot of money. So I am going to discuss all these slides. You can see there are a lot of slides, and there are different slides for different subject of this exports and imports. So I am going to discuss everything in webinar. When you join with when we join my webinar, I will discuss all these things step by step in detailed way, and it will be for like say 1 week program, 6 days. I am going to discuss completely each and every point of exports and imports, and also the importer's psychology, the buyers, the international buyers psychology. I will explain everything in detail. You will get all the knowledge, and with that you will make 100% money in exports and imports, and in future within 2-3 years you will become 100% millionaire. So join with me in my webinar. If you want to join the classes, direct classes, you can join. There is a video link below this video. You can join from there, or if you want to directly join the webinar, you can contact me. There is a link below this video. And share this video. If you have comments, if you have any doubts, write to me in the comments. And if you like this video, and if you share this video, this will reach to many people, and a lot of people will get a lot of benefit out of these training courses. So join my webinar as soon as possible, so that I can start training you in detail, and you will start making money by doing exports and import business. All the best. Let us meet once again. Thank you.